Sorry.
Sorry, I was getting my beer.
Welcome, everybody. It's nice to see three ladies here tonight. Very rare that we have more than one, but you're more than welcome and we're glad to see you. So, my name is Tom Price, for those of you who don't recognize me or don't know who I am. Our Town's Our City is a volunteer group put together by a number of people who are interested in making the city better by getting a better informed public. And our mission statement says it very clearly. The reason that the two coins are on there is that every issue and every coin has two sides. When people only look at one side of the coin and don't look at the back of the coin, especially when they're issues, they are doing disservice to everybody. What you're going to hear tonight from Mr. Montpellier is the other side of the coin, his opinion on what he sees with the KED. It's not a debate. If anybody came tonight thinking that you're going to debate with Gerry, no, it's not about debating. It's about Gerry answering questions, okay? The two coins, as you'll notice, the one on your left is the frontal vision of a project. It's the pretty pictures. Unfortunately, when you turn a coin over, you see the ugly bear on the back. And that ugly bear denotes what the cost is. But it isn't just the cost. It does not signify the total cost of that coin. There are no coins in the world today that the cost of the coin is represented by the dollar value on it. Okay? So, we will get to that later. We'll look at the flip side of the coin first, which is what Gerry's going to do and answer your questions, and then we'll talk about the dollar value after that. Following that, if anyone is interested, there will be an explanation of where the 2.7 billion asset maintenance debt is arrived at, how it's arrived at. I know some people think that we have developed that out of OTOC, but it isn't. So we will explain all that. So without further ado, I'll turn the floor over to Gerry, and he can start answering your questions. When you have a question, if you wouldn't mind, if you could come up to the microphone and say what your question is so that Gerry and everybody in the room can hear what the question is before he answers it, please. Okay? So if somebody wants to come forward now, come on up.
Thanks, Tom.
Let me know when you want your slide.
Pardon?
Let me know when you want that slide.
I know what the slide. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You want it now?
Well, yeah, put up a slide. So you're gonna put your slide up?
It's up.
It's up. Fantastic. I really don't even know where to start because this is so long. What I'm trying to do is I'm going to use this word if it's possible. This thing has been the most controversial, most expensive endeavor the city of Sudbury has ever taken in its history, ever, bar none. It's been dragging on now for, I'm going to say, a lot of years. I don't know how many years, but quite a few. So basically, and then as we're going through the years, people ask me, again, questions. I don't even know how to say this, but environmentalists look at it one way, economists look at it another way. We've had input from the religious, the clergy, the medical association, and so forth. Now this, again, when it goes through the meetings, a little bit is heard here, a little bit is heard there, et cetera, et cetera. So in the end, in all honesty, most people say, what the hell's going on? Is a common thing. So I'm hoping to put this in the box for you. And I didn't carry the cases and cases of documents about this thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some homeworks if you're interested. What's going to happen is I'll talk about a timeline, where this was said, which meeting it was said, and they have, what do they call those things, Tom? Live stream?
Yes.
So you can catch it all. And again, it's really hard to say where to start, but we're going to start at the beginning. If that works for all of you, This should be long and boring, and I hope not to put too many of you to sleep. It goes on like this. Oh my God. There's a little bit of controversy that happened back. It was September 4th, 2021, which is not that long ago. Again, it was the same thing. I'm at car shows, I'm at events all the time. People says, what the heck's going on? What the heck's going on? What is this KED thing? And to anybody who knows me, I refuse to call it what people call it. For the simple reason, to be a district, you need a district. And that's a fact. Not somebody's imagination, but a real district. I worked in the promotion business my entire life. Again, big cities is where I work. I'm a councillor here, but I have worked in all the large cities. We've had events in all the large cities, and this is definitely different. I'm not here to talk about good, bad, and different, the good, bad, or the ugly, just it's different. So it kind of went like this. And this letter really started a lot of controversy, and I thought it was a wrap-up of 4 or 5 years already. And this was actually viewed and read by 25,000 people. And it kind of went like this. Some people can bring that up on Facebook. I know it was very popular. My friends, I've been asked about my position on the Kingsway Arena. If you can kind of recollect that. And it went that I went, due to an offered financial conflict of interest, I did not vote on the location. Due to my business participation with Ontario and Michigan casinos, it was suggested opportunity to personally profit by supporting the Kingsway location. This for myself, as a city councillor, was definitely unethical and caused to abstain. My abstention resulted in a vote, tie vote. The first location was lost, and through procedural default, the Kingsway location became the only option. So it's not like it was a debatable thing. It's here or there. By procedural default, it went to the Kingsway. And at the time, again, in my letter, it'll bring you up a few years prior to this thing here. Now, the Kingsway location proponent, at the time, and we were just talking about that, had gone to over 30 public roadshow presentations, I call them. There were slideshows like this and so forth. And it went like this. I have commitments for an on-site Hilton hotel, an NRHA professional drag strip, professional motocross track, general motorsports complex, Fabio Belli soccer dome, gravity go-kart tower, professional water slide park, Great Wolf Lodge, 40 yearly Vegas acts, including Celine Dion to be the opening act. All this, by the way, can be seen in the press or through these council meeting things I'm talking about. What do you call them again? Live stream?
Yes.
So this isn't my imagination. There is documents of all these things. All right? And it goes on. Celine Dion to open it. An IKEA. 9 world-class restaurants. A casino promoted as Ram of the North. Claims made even though they're regulated. Maximum license is very much public knowledge. Ain't even close to no casino Rama. So let's get that very clear. Again, can be accessed through the government. Okay, convention center, event center, trade show center, drive-in theater. Now, as I couldn't vote on this, I believe it was the very next meeting. I said, wow, all this is coming to Sudbury. I said, to all you folks, I couldn't help you that day. However, on video, you will see my voice say, any of you, immediately tomorrow, I will walk you over to the building permits. Let's get this sucker done. No one showed. 7 years later, no one showed. It's important that you know that. And then when none of these coming events came forward, continued building commitments with the landlord, then he pitches Plan B. I bought the Chateau Game Hotel, and will be my hotel and Gateway Casino. None of this becomes a reality. The landowner then pitches Plan C, attraction, I call it attraction number 17. The Great Hollywood North Movie Studio. That again, carried in the press, very much in the press, very much over live stream. Bragg is larger with more employees than Toronto. I said, my God, I work in the movie industry. I'll save a bunch of money on gas. I don't have to go to Toronto. The name firmed organization immediately stated, sure, we're interested in Sudbury if we find the building and investment money, as we are not for profit, do not have any actual money. So none of the 17 developer mentioned attractions ever made public, documented, legal, binding building commitments to this location. Not a soul. Not a soul. So it'll be up to your own imagination what you call all these promised attractions. Not a soul. Now again, using my travel experience, I'm sure, I have to assume all of you have traveled somewhere. When these people start saying we're building something, there's a sign that says, coming soon. Joe's Restaurant, whatever. Not one. Not one. And then on the subject of hotels, one day can be viewed, always can be viewed. Whenever Gerry says it, there's newspaper evidence, there's a paper trail, there's a video of it. One evening I'm there talking about the Hilton Hotel. It was 3 times I said, you're sure it's the Hilton? Yes, sir. I said, you're positive it's the Hilton? Yes, sir. I says, for a fact it's the Hilton? Yes, sir. I said, nobody ever heard it was the Hilton. Oh, hours later, a big company called Hilton Hotel says, we ain't building no arena by no dump in the city of Sudbury. Can be viewed in all the press. Can be viewed in everything. That's their answer. So now we've got a guy saying there's a Hilton, we've got all these things, but none is coming. None is coming. None whatsoever. And then I'll go to the actual beginning. I know I said a whole mouthful here, but Tom, where the hell's the Kingsway here?
Where's the what?
Here's the Kingsway. Here's the Kingsway here, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, I want you to understand something. Normal people, opening a business would build here. Main artery, it would build here. Why would they build here? Well, first off, cost. There's water, sewers, hydro, it'll be to the nearest artery. Then you build it, because it's cheaper. In the city of Sudbury, decide to build here. How far is that? 375 meters away from an active dump. You're there, what the hell's going on here? So here, instead of there. That's not normal. People build where it's cheaper. And they didn't. But then again, it's not built yet either. This road, I'll try to dump my sarcasm a little bit here, but this road cost $10 million. City Council has accepted 2 weeks ago that 20% is the normal cost above on anything. And this is just shy of prior to a war escalating. It is now even double that. So if you're following this, $10 million. The taxpayers are expected to pay almost $6 million. The Imaginary Hotel, $1.1 million. The casino, who's by the way backed out and said, we're not interested till developments change. And this is prior to the war. This is prior to the 20% increases. Things were not well. I don't know if you folks noticed, there was a disease now entering year 3 this week. Year 3. Things are not good. They said, we're just not interested. For now. So now we're looking at a road that costs now $12 million. And it's mind-boggling. Now, when we talked about environmentalists, we talked about everything. I'm all of those things, but I'm going to tell you what the hell I am more. The guy who looks out for our dollar, for getting a bang for our buck. I've made a living getting the best dollar for our dollar. This ain't it. Simply ain't it. So it goes. So now what happens? Here's the reality. A private developer is getting this road for $580,000, his share. $580,000. Getting a $12 million road. Now, when I talk to normal people would build here, why do you think this road goes up here? There's no logic. There's no reason for it. However, there is. On each side of this road, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, to the end. Lots for sale, owned by the developer. Great thing, I'm probably the biggest capitalist you'll ever meet. My objection is taxpayer dollars. That can't happen. It cannot happen. These are not good times for us now. It's not bad times. Our roads are falling apart. Some of our buildings are falling apart. I go visit fire halls that need repairs. A lot of our buildings sprucing up. Yet, a $12 million road, a unestimatable, small town, single pad, hockey arena. Now when I talked about I refuse to call it this, I refuse to call it that. When this was started, proposed, most people didn't know it was there. They thought it was here. And it was called an event center. You'll be able to see this when you go to the what's that thing again, Doug?
Live streaming?
Live stream.
Do you want me to just show them the properties around there?
Not yet.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
I haven't seen you fall asleep yet, so we'll do it. So now, where the heck was I here? I was talking about the lots. And it makes you wonder, wow, so all these things that were supposed to be now are not there. Now we fall into the casino thing. Well, let's jump into casino, and then we'll fall into arenas again. I told you I was going to be all over the map. I'm going to talk about arenas. So this thing here is 85 feet by 200. There's a guy called Paul from Cumulus. He shows up again, video stream, live stream, always live stream, always live stream. And he's going on, and I'm staring at this little cardboard model that he's got. I said, Paul, I said, that's an awful small building. You can see it all on video. But Councillor, that's what they asked me to build. I said, what the hell? I said, how am I going to run my monster trucks in there? Monster trucks, you know, big trucks. Make a lot of noise. And I says, this building is a hockey arena. It's standard. We don't have the other size here, so I'm not even going to get people upset at me and get the wrong size here and have my hockey fans pissed off at me. Oh my God, oh my God, it's 80 by something. I have to have it. Denise, did you eat my paper? Anyways, you'll have to believe me. It's a hockey arena is 85 by 200. Oh, here it is. No, there we go. And anyways, I went on to say that I didn't know this, but apparently, I'm the biggest renter in the state of province of Ontario, state of Michigan, of hockey arenas for non-hockey use, doing car shows, trade shows, auctions, that kind of stuff, right? And I says, what the hell? This is not even a convention center. So then all of a sudden, can be seen live. Well, Councillor Montpellier, it's called the Junction East. I said, what the heck, are we going to be in competition with ourselves here? So now all of a sudden, it ain't no convention center anymore. Wow. 3 weeks, a month later comes, not grandiose enough, what the hell, let's call it the Kingsway Entertainment District. So that name materializes. So now it's no longer an event center, but it can be a Kingsway Entertainment District. On the subject of arena, can be seen live. I love this. I love this. People don't realize that when you talk on the internet and stuff like that, somebody's recording this. It's cool. This came up not that long ago at a meeting. There was a motion. What are we going to do with the old barn? So everybody's got all these genius ideas and so forth and so forth. However, out of the blue, maybe it could be an arena. That's all live stream, folks. Arena. Son of a bitch, this is nuts. So now here you got it. 113 million, plus 20%, plus whatever the ward is adding to it. Oh, back downtown, the old girl. Let's renovate her too. All on live stream. All on live stream. Now, if you're counting, I know there's a lot of you folks are mathematicians. We're getting close to the $500 million here for 2 hockey arenas. Wow, that don't make much sense. So anyways, you're kind of seeing where my objection is. It's about the money. It's strictly about the money. So we have that. Now Tom talked about, he's got this fancier map. Now I'm not knowledgeable about environments. Well, I mean, I understand it and so forth, but I don't have the documents. Again, people have been sending me documents about all this going to leach into Vermilion or into Ramsey Lake and so forth, so forth, so forth. Maybe so, maybe not. I don't know. So I'm not in a position to say it. However, is that the brown spot there, Tom?
That is a bog, I guess.
That's a bog. Okay. Now, just the other day I sent a piece of paper about this bog. Now, this bog did come up, live stream. By the way, there's going to be dams, and there's going to be this, and there's going to be that. So now recently I got another piece of paper saying that this is going to be a lot now. Well, how do you build a bog into a lot? You fill the damn thing. I got it. Now, if any of you folks, again, pay attention to the news, etc., 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 man-made lakes, dams, and so forth are not doing well. They're bursting, they're polluting, they're doing everything. Even the company, I'll get the name wrong now, it's Valley, had to buy back Meadburg Lake. That was a beach for many, many years, and it's not good. The other day I'm watching this on the news flip, and I thought it was so cool. It's a little eerie. It's in Italy. They make this dam, flood a city, small city. And now the damn thing's not working right. It's like the Titanic, it came back up, so people are walking in the mud of a town that hasn't been there for 40 years. Valet, in Brazil, bad news. It's happening everywhere. So now here we're looking at, we promised that we're environmentalists. We promised we're this, we're that. So now what happened with this bog? I don't know. Drilling, blasting, Ramsey Lake, our water. Now in my presentations, I asked simply, that we put this thing on pause. Again, I'm not here to say, here downtown, this, that. Lots of folks do that. That's not my business. It's about the money. I said, let's put this on pause till we have all the answers. The folks over at Gateway said, whoa, we need to put this on hold. Back to the hotels. Those darn hotels. I don't even know what the fascination is about hotels that are not owned by yourselves. They're hotels. You're happy to have them, they pay taxes, but here in Sudbury it seems to be quite exciting to have a hotel by the dump. I don't know the obsession about it, because no fanfare happens when there's a new hotel opens in town. There's a bunch open right now, and beautiful places, but no big deal. So now this hotel thing, we've seen it Hilton go to, it doesn't exist. And then all of a sudden, live stream, oh, do live stream. Hell, hey. I know a hotel that's coming, but it's a little secret, I can't tell you. Oh, to hell with it, it's 2 hotels. But it's a secret, you can't know that. And they're, wow, this is pretty freaky. So now there's no hotel. So this vaporizes. Then all of a sudden our developer says, I made a deal with people in Brandon, Manitoba. Cool. So now it went from Hilton to 2 hotels. It was at one time the largest in the city of Sudbury. Now it's the biggest in Northern Ontario. I said, holy cow, Toronto better be watching out. But no name. So the named people said, yeah, we're nice folks. We do hotels. We have no idea who the hell it's going to be. nor do we have the partners. So then, keep your question.
Not a question, but where the Ambassador Hotel was,
Yes,
that is supposedly being held up depending on what happens there.
I will not comment on that. This isn't a political thing.
Oh. And then there's supposed to be another, the fellow who, Saucier, who bought the Chateau Gate,
That's correct.
he's supposed to build an hotel there too.
So what you're trying to tell me is the city of Sudbury is holding up development
Well,
in case this thing goes?
well, that's what I'm told.
I know that's what you're told. So it goes. So now we're sitting there with this phantom hotel. So now it's the biggest. And they again, I believe in that man's newspaper. Says, yeah, we're looking for partners. Yeah, we love this thing. We love this thing, but we don't know. We're looking for partners. That's a lot of inspiration for me, right? So there you go. So in there, what the hell? No hotel now. No hotel, no motocross track, no this, no that, no this, no that. So, ladies and gentlemen, as Gerry Montpellier always said from day one, it is a standalone, small town, hockey arena, destined to be the most expensive ever built on the freaking planet. On the planet. Because anywhere else when they build arenas, they'll either put a pool, they'll put some. On the planet, will no one own such a small hockey arena? Now when I go back to when it was there, they call it a convention center. Again, live stream, it's very important, very, very important. You're going to go back to this thing. At first, you were hearing, it was called family entertainment. And you remember that? I see a couple of heads moving. Family entertainment. So you're led to believe that a casino attached to a hockey arena is family entertainment. Then all of a sudden people say, are you freaking kidding me? Oh, and they even had on the video too, well, it'll be nice. You walk in, you don't see the casino, you eat, you can park the kids here, well, you go gamble their inheritance, and so forth. Sorry for the sarcasm. So now that's it. Whoa, that ain't gonna happen. Or, wow, what the hell, what's going on now? So then, again, the casino thing is backing out a little bit. There never was a hotel. There never was anything else. Now back to the hotel. I see I have this fixation with hotels. Just about 8 weeks ago, Denise had baked the cookies, and I know it was around Christmas time. All of a sudden, this big announcement from Brandon, Manitoba, the Genesis Hotel Company going to build. And they're really, but we ain't got no partners, we ain't got no brands, we don't know. Odd. Does that mean there never was no freaking hotel, period, for the 5 years I've been listening to this thing? So now there's silence. My microphone tends to get cut off a lot. Silence. So there never was no hotel. So, oh my God, so now there's none of this stuff. Casino ain't coming. Never was no hotel, never was no drag strip, no drive-in theater, etc., etc., etc. Wow, it's a little odd. So it goes. So now we go again to this clip. I like these clip things. They're just excellent. So now about a month ago, we have this meeting. Oh, I like this. With hardly no pressing, Tom, you would say? Hardly no pressing. I says, who's going to build commitment to this thing? Who's going to build commitment? Eventually, no one, Councillor. I said, no one. Never was. Never was. Not one single building commitment. Not was. Not all. Endorsed by senior staff, 2 lawyers, appeared in the news, appeared in the papers, no build commitment. Now how could that be? Because for years we've been telling you, you've been told that this is such an entertainment district. That can't be. Nothing there. Zero. Nothing. All can be seen on live stream. Zero. So now what do we come up with? Well, what the heck? Let's spend $700,000 and maybe we can convince these guys to sign something. Live streamed. $700,000 to convince these folks to sign something. So now we ain't got nothing. We're going to spend $700,000 in the hopes to build something. So yeah, am I a happy camper about all that money? Not a chance. Not a chance. Now also I think at the urging of folks that said, whoa, let's look at this, let's get some answers. I put in a motion around Christmas time to just defer this thing. Just to defer it till all the ducks are lined up. My motion sits on the cutting floor because it's called a
Reconsideration.
reconsideration. I said, what the hell, reconsideration? People want to know. No. So then put another motion together, and that's a pretty famous one. That was about 2-3 weeks ago. Called a referendum. What the heck's a referendum? The people want to know. 3,600 people signed a petition. They just want to know. They want to know. It says, put this sucker to the people. I says, let's put it to the people. That's also on the cutting room floor. No referendum. So now it's full steam ahead. Full steam ahead. $700,000 is going to be spent in the hope of convincing somebody to come along here. If not, taxpayers are going to be on the hook for the whole damn thing. All of them. Now on that part, there was a bit of a challenge that appeared in the newspapers and in your news as well. It was said, Montpellier, city staff, all these lawyers are wrong. There is a build commitment. So here I got to listen to the tape again. No build commitment. Even the integrity commission, no build commitment, so forth. So I said, what the heck? So some cockamamie thing shows up on the internet. I'm not a fan of the internet. And no, Montpellier's wrong. Each of these two, the Phantom Hotel and the possible casino, have their own property. Really? This is really. I get an email that I have. It says, these people don't have any property at all whatsoever. Zero. And I'll use their names, I don't like it, what the heck. Gateway don't own a frickin' inch there. Nor does Genesis. Not one frickin' inch. City property. And now it's even debatable who's gonna own the yellow brick road. It's even debatable, because I'm going to tell you, it's here. It's here. The standalone arena is here. And it is a standalone arena because nobody's committed. So I don't care how you dress it, how you kiss it, it sits alone. Ain't no convention center. You've heard the Junction is the convention center. Ain't no entertainment center. It's a lonely little standalone hockey arena. When they talk about the $10 million to get there, I forget one thing. That don't count the hydro to get there. That's the water and sewers. And the pavement. No hydro. Again, the folks on the press here will be the ones, I don't know what numbers were reported for the hydro, but it was very high. So that's not there either. So there's not a light, nothing. So we're going ahead. And it's going forward. Full steam ahead is what I call it. So there, wow, this is just a little not right. It's simply not right. So now we've got environmental questions, financial questions. And in the end, too, I like to talk about this project, too, is again, as appeared in the press and live stream, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, for sure, the opening date is in 2 years. If anybody, any of you has ever seen anything being built, you don't build nothing in 2 years. You barely get a house up in 2 years. So this thing here, this road, is actually years to get built. And right now, if you see the price of diesel, dynamite, so forth, that little $10 million is going through. So it goes. So now we've covered the environmental piece, we've covered the money piece, we've covered who's not coming to the party, and we're still going, full throttle. Full throttle. Did you people hopper here or did you drive here? We all drove here, right? You all went like this at least once? Yeah, so I just don't know where the logic of this, because I'm the biggest supporter for bringing in business and so forth. I don't believe it's time for this, is kind of where I'm going to say this. Tom, is there something I've not covered?
I think the surroundings around the arena, and I can put up the next, Gerry touched on it slightly, but this shows it a little bit better. The red square.
Oh my God.
The red square is the arena. The lower one, that's the arena. The one on the left is the casino.
That don't exist, Tom.
I know.
I have the deeds. There is no need for this.
Right.
This does not exist.
But everything outside of that hatched-in road is all industrial zone.
Lots for sale.
Okay?
Fantastic development for Sudbury. However, I object to the taxpayers paying to develop that. See, I'm from the world of business, okay? And I'm going to tell you, I see a lot of business folks in here too. I'm from the world of business. Where do you go to a town where they pay for you to develop? You know, hard to believe I make sarcastic comments. I said, how about building me a body shop up there too? I could use one. I really could. I mean, what the hell, free lot, free everything, why not? I said, you could build me a body shop up there. Well, it don't work that way. Yeah, it don't work that way. But these lots are all for sale. Will they come along? Now I'm going to get back into some old stories. Tom, I got...
Could I just touch on
No.
environmental?
No. Go ahead.
You're mean.
Go ahead.
If you recall, don't want to look at that one.
Question here, Tom.
No.
Excuse me, sir, that map there, can you tell us who owns those lots by any chance?
Those lots are for sale.
There.
From who?
From Dario Zulich.
Okay, thank you.
He's the proprietor of all that property.
Just need that cleared.
Oh yeah, so the road is paid for by the taxpayers with opening up this territory for one individual to sell, to dispose.
We gotta pay for the water and sewer and everything, all the...
You are paid for everything.
We gotta pay for that?
Everything.
Then it's about time, you know, the people of Sudbury, I'm sorry, I hate to say this, we gotta put an end, stop paying taxes.
Okay, we're
That
gonna,
is the only solution.
I'm not gonna get it. I'm not a revolutionary person, so
Very neat to set up.
it's okay.
we'll deal with that after. But that's the bottom line, is you're paying to develop this thing.
When Gerry was talking earlier about the ponds and the dams, he was referring to the bog down in,
Here?
no,
No?
no.
Here?
No,
Holy cow, it's all full of swampland.
this one.
This one. This one.
That's the one that they're spending all the money on the dams. That's
Yes.
the stormwater retention area that you hear them talking about. The other bog up on the other side there, what's going to become of that? If you see where it is relative to the road, and when I go to the next one, guess what's up there? Industrial properties. That bog is going to be filled full of rock and made into a property for industrial. And guess who's paying to fill in that bog?
Taxpayers, taxpayers.
Okay?
Taxpayers got
Where does
lots.
that map come from?
Pardon?
Where did that come from?
City of Sudbury.
This one, it's come from the land transfer agreement that was signed on in January 2019.
City of Sudbury.
City of Sudbury document.
Everything I referred to this evening,
If the people of Sudbury stop paying the taxes and all the bullshit, who's gonna pay for that?
I can't help you, sir, on that
The
because
city of
I don't
Sudbury's
know.
got lots of money, eh?
Don't know.
Well, we'll get to the money in a minute.
We'll get to the money. We are in the money,
Oh,
so
that's the issue.
we have to walk her one step at a time. So now, having said that, that's all for sale by the property owner, which is fine. If he was paying for the freaking Golden Brick Road, which is normal, which is normal. So now here we go with this thing.
There's some,
The other thing that Gerry hasn't mentioned is there's been a lot of talk about how close it is to the dump. Well, to give you an idea just how close it is to the dump, any of you have been out to the landfill site and dropped off garbage, that's where you dropped it off. That's about 600 to 700 meters from where the arena will be. This is the landfill site where they bury everything and it smells. Okay? It's about 700 meters away. And this, when you get old concrete, and rock waste and everything else, this is where they dump it. Okay? That's about 300 meters from the arena. That is in the area where the spillover parking that they talk about, which isn't in the cost. If we want spillover parking, it will cost us extra. Right now, the project includes 1,300 parking spots for 5,900 seats in the arena. So, guess what? This isn't
Place
amazing.
of art in downtown doesn't even have one parking.
Listen, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I'd rather not talk about the proximity to the dump. It's obvious. It's next to a dump.
well,
It's obvious.
there's no question. But you don't see the dump from there, and you don't see it from the road.
That's right.
Sure smell it.
But
No, you don't smell it either.
but that's if you would,
How long have you lived there?
I'd rather focus on the money and so forth, if you would, because you know it goes. It is. And if you believe like the Hiltons and the so forth want to be next to a landfill site, that's their business.
You know, there's something.
Same as referendum.
There's something weird here, because Mike Saucier, who bought Chateau Gay,
Yes,
owns about, he claims about 12 acres
on the other side.
on the other side, which
Yes.
would be alongside
Yes.
where the dump is.
Yes.
And he's apparently, now, this is again, that's his say-so. He's planning on building a mall in there.
I don't
A
blame
small
him.
mall, okay? I mean, there's
I don't
nothing
blame
done.
him.
It's all talk.
But I was going to get into a little bit of a history story.
Even if that place there is a paradise full of angels, okay? Where is the money to build a place? We don't have the money in this city.
You're paying for it.
Oh, well, I'm paying for
You're
it.
paying for it.
Well, then we should all start stopping paying
Well,
taxes because we need the garbage to be taken out.
I can't get into that.
We're only down to one bag. Pretty soon we're going to storage it to the city hall.
See, that's it. I can't get into that. I can only tell you,
Well,
you're paying for it.
Yeah.
We got no worries, they borrowed $330 million.
Yeah, I won't get into that.
Maybe we can just,
Too much legacy in
Tony,
this town.
Tony.
Daytime dreamers.
Tony,
Well, it is a dream. I call it a dream.
Let's
I do
calm
call it- I do call it a dream,
okay?
and it goes. But anyways, that's the thing. It's a standalone hockey arena. It's not a convention center. It's not a nothing. It's a standalone hockey arena because the convention center, the performing arts centers have all been determined for downtown called Junction something. And again, when you watch the tape, I says, Mr. Mayor, you propose that we're going to be in competition. And that's where the name event center disappeared. It comes back as the grandiose Kingsway Entertainment District. And I'm there, wow, pretty cool. It's a dream. It's a dream. It's a name. But I'm going to just finish with this one story, Tom. I have to.
Oh, yeah.
Denise is going to hate me because it's going to show our age.
I can't cut off your microphone.
You can't cut off my microphone. That never happens. And Denise is going to hate that because it's going to show our age.
After the mayor, Tom.
Now, since a long time ago, long time ago, there was this place out of the country called Lasalle Boulevard.
Yep.
Lasalle Boulevard. And me and the princess used to hang at the drive-in there. Drive-in theater, remember it?
Yes, sir. And actually, the road didn't go to Notre Dame from there.
It was way out in the country to you newcomers and so forth, to you young people.
You're talking
I'll tell you where it is. It's,
1955.
what do they call that, Italian? East Side Marriott.
Yep.
You know it? That was a farm. It was a drive-in theater.
Yep.
And Mr. Tamolini used to sell produce and so forth across the street, and I'd be chatting with him, and then you'd have to have your flashlight to walk across the LaSalle because the odd car would come by and shoo the cows away and down there. And I did say it's where East Side is today. There's a shopping mall there. And I says, you think it's ever going to go anywhere? Yeah, I don't think so, Gerry. But the point is, it took more than 50 years to get there. So can things get there? I believe so. 50 years, 75 years.
Oh, you're talking 1955.
That's correct. So then it goes. But are the taxpayers expected to pay $113 million with an accepted, roll the tape, 20% increase? And a war has started since. Actually, sadly, this evening, the word nuclear is too
By the
strong.
time that they're done with the project there, we're looking at a 300 million.
You got it.
Give it'll take a couple little inches.
You got it. That's why the other 100 million was just borrowed.
Because of material and everything, steel.
The elephant needs more hay.
Steel went up to $2 per pound now, right now,
Yes, sir.
as we speak.
Yes, sir.
A 2x4 from $3 is at $10.
And by the way, who can afford gas?
Let Gerry finish this.
Yes, please. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
And so it goes that way. So I asked for a deferral. I asked for a pause button. I asked for a referendum. I never asked to shut the damn thing off. I never asked to pick downtown over the Kingsway and so forth. Some councillors, that's it. They have a side, I never asked. I said, just hold the damn pause button. And I was flatly denied. And again, spent $700,000 to convince partners, well, they call them partners, to maybe come on. I don't often get into the crystal ball, but I will. From July or August, if no gateway has signed this thing, then the taxpayer will be on it for all of it. Because they want to make this thing go. Even have false expectations of when this is going to open. I don't know, Tom, I covered it all. I mean, I could go on about this all day.
Well, maybe I should go through the cost now.
Well, you know what, Tom? We're going to go through costs. We're going to take some questions. Well, I still got it on my brain. Anybody, question? Mr. Bill.
Want to use a microphone or?
You do anything you like, Bill. You do anything you like.
Go for
Okay.
the voice.
I don't bite.
I don't really have a question. I've known Gerry for 45 years or so, maybe. He's a lot kind of like myself, you know, we're car guys. He's probably got the most common sense, smart, witty, honest approach to everything and anything, more practical than anybody else I know.
How much
I didn't know-
How many dollars I got to give
Now,
you?
you owe me big time. To be quite honest, I didn't know a whole lot about